Good afternoon and good evening, everyone. I am back after I was gone last week.
Welcome back.
Thanks. Happy to be here. Not
Wasn't sarcastic at all.
No. No, so last week, yeah, it's
Oh, Ferris got him with the high back.
Damn it. It's funny because like about an hour and a half before we start streaming, I start up ACC to make sure that I'm not like broken, like my GPU still works or whatever, and it's not melted.
We know you're broken.
Well, yeah, my computer. And everything was fine. I'm like, all right, cool. So I hopped on the practice server just to see everything's working fine. It was working fine. I quit the game. I go get something to eat. Come back and it's like, start up ACC and it goes UE4 error something. And then you click OK and then the computer just locks up. Okay. So I reboot, try it again, same thing. Okay. Do the whole verify files. Everything's fine. Same thing. I'm like, what the fuck? So I open up the Samsung has for their SSDs, they have this stupid little app called Magician. So I start that up. I'm like, oh, let me do a quick check. And it's like, it gets to about 70% of checking the SSD and then it just crashes. I'm like, oh, yeah. Well, long story short, it actually wasn't the SSD. I did that whole Windows like scan files crap. I don't know, man. I don't do computers.
You just program stuff.
Yeah. So, long story short, I got it back up and running like, what, 10 minutes after it started?
Yeah, I still have my tinfoil hat on. I think you intentionally messed something up so you didn't have to do it.
I wish.
But it worked out because Welp was here.
Yeah, I wish. I would have just... I mean, it was way better that he was there anyway. But no, I'm not that smart. Don't worry. But yes, I am back. We are back. Welp is not back.
No, Welp is not back. That was a one-time just to get a little taste. And now he's off doing his own thing.
He's probably in stream. He's probably watching.
He was streaming. They were doing Assetto Corsa, like just fun lobbies. They were racing the 787B at Road America.
Oh.
In regular Assetto Corsa.
Interesting combo. Sounds fun.
Yeah.
Yeah. Better than us. We are doing GT3s around wet Nurburgring. So what is this? Round 4. First rainy race of the season, I think.
Yes.
I gave up on trying to do any kind of transition, so we're just going to do full wet because ACC does not handle dry to wet, wet to dry very well. So I basically, it's either wet or it's dry.
Yeah, like it handles it okay. They just don't allow you to set it.
Yeah. Yeah, like the actual transitions in game are pretty good, but you can't set the weather to do a transition. You have to basically roll the dice. And I did it, like 6 times last season and it never worked, so I gave up.
Yeah, we were going to try to do it like week 2 or 3 and it didn't work. And you're like, I'm just leaving it that way the rest of the season.
Which I did. And we never got one.
Never got it. It would rain in like practice, like the first practice, and then it would go away.
Oh, look, it's Tez. Hey, Tez. Long time no see.
What's up, Tez?
Yeah, so bit of a light field today, only about 20 people in. Same split quali that we've been doing all season. 10 minutes for the bronze red badge drivers, 10 minutes for the silver gray badge drivers, and 10 minutes for the gold or white background drivers. So because there's no transition, I think it's going to be a full wet track all throughout quali. Hopefully it doesn't flip over to flooded.
Yeah, it's showing steady rain for the next 30 minutes or so.
Yeah, so we'll see what kind of times as they slowly start to cross the line on their first laps. Lex is still apparently good in the rain. Or it could just be Ryan being good in the rain. One of the two.
Yeah. Ryan always says that he prefers the rain because for some reason he's good at it. But, I mean, he did win bronze last week at Kyalami, so
Did he?
Might just be him.
I had a messy computer and then I spilled beer on myself. Thank you, Bullet, for the sub. And yes, if you don't rock and stone, you ain't coming home.
That's right. If you're not in on Deep Rock by now, I don't know what's wrong with you.
How?
Like everybody is getting the game because it was
Yeah, I
free
was
this
gonna
weekend,
say, how many
and then a bunch
people
of
did
other
we-
people bought it. Like
feel like we should
Victor's
get a
got
cut.
it, Luis has got it. I think Bullet just bought Milo a copy, so he's gonna get it on it.
Yeah, like it's one of those things where I feel like we should get a cut of the proceeds. Show Joby's beacon. Joby's not on track yet, but as soon as he is, I will switch over.
You would think we would get a cut because I bought all of their cosmetic DLC like 2 days ago, just because I want to give money back to the developers because they do a really good job of the game. So I bought all of them.
Wow. It's impressive.
Yeah. They're neat. They're fun.
No, I mean, I get it. I
And
bought...
I'm gonna spend it on something dumb anyway, so.
Yeah, I mean, they're not really expensive either.
No, they're a couple bucks here and there. The new one that just came out from the new season, season 3 that just started, is like $7 or $8, I think, and it's the most expensive one.
Oh no, $7-8.
Yeah, I know. That's less than half of what I spend on lunch every day at work.
I'll never financially recover.
I'm telling you.
Yeah, really fun game. If you haven't tried it, download it. Who's in the booth tonight? Yes, it's just me and Chris.
That is correct. What more do you need?
Yeah, seriously. Are we not enough?
Are you not entertained?
Sound like my ex-girlfriend. Jeez. Why do you need a third? Anyway.
You need that third supporting person just to carry a little bit. The other two get tired.
Which game? This is ACC. No, we were talking about Deep Rock Galactic.
This is iRacing.
Yeah. Yeah, this is actually the new, what is it called?
Oh shit, there's Warp right there.
Oh, is he in Discord? Can I drag him in here?
Oh, well, no, it's not in Discord.
Hope you guys have a good race. I hope so too, because I'm not racing.
I mean, it's gonna be a great race because, yeah, I'm not gonna be all sweaty by the end of it, and I get to make fun of people.
I think I will, because I'm still running my computer with my case off, and it's blowing right in my face.
Nice. Mine is, I also do not have a size on mine, and it sits right off my right shoulder. But I have a fan blowing the opposite direction to try to blow the heat away. Not back into the case, but just out into the
like
room.
every once in a while I'll get a very warm breeze, and I'm always like, is this it? Is the adapter melting?
The heat death of my computer.
So Ryan Cody qualifying, got about a minute and a half left.
He
So
just
most
did
of
a
these guys are
donut
gonna
to turn
do
one.
one more lap.
Pretty
Yeah, he
pretty
is-
impressive 180.
He is parked on the apex of turn one. Yeah, still P1 though, still about half a second clear of Brian in second place. Then you got Max in third, Joey Melody in fourth, Oliveira, Miller, and Hopkins rounding out your AM quali so far. Like I said, for most of these guys, this is going to be the last lap.
Yeah,
So-
one more crack at it. Yeah, last week me and Welt talked about Max and how fast he was at Kyalami because he qualified out front, and it was kind of one of those like if Max gets away, then he's gonna win, and I think he ended up getting tagged twice, so that allowed Ryan to get to win pretty handily. So, but look at Brian, like 7/100ths of a second off Ryan's time. Like when we combined bronze and silver from last season, we had some people who were like, well, am I going to be able to keep up with the guys from the class ahead of me? And look at Brian go.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, he was in the practice server earlier putting down laps. I know the Aston is very good in the rain, as it is really everywhere. It's not the fastest, but it is by far, I think, the most stable car. At least with the current meta and the current patch.
Yeah, it's so stable, it's almost boring to drive.
Almost.
Almost. But then you throw a little rain at it, and you're good to go.
So what I am curious about is I do not see Ferris Sadie in the server because I wanted to see what the V12 Aston was going to do today.
Nah, I talked to him before. He's still feeling sick. He's still having a lot of drowsiness, and like last night he left early because he was having some like nausea type stuff because he's been sick. We don't know if it's COVID or the flu or whatever, but he's been taking a lot of drugs.
Oh, well,
there he is. Still feeling too drowsy.
That's right.
And then you throw daylight savings
COVID.
in on it. Yeah, but he's not a doctor.
That's true. What does he know? What
Yeah.
do doctors know? Max is going to move up to P3 or stay in P3, and then he's going to park it. So the only AM left is Brian, but he is not improving. So we're going to switch over to the silver class, and Savage's beacon of hope. He basically went from Gandalf to White Gandalf.
Yeah, he died and is reborn.
It's basically the, what is it, the, when he comes back and it's just a bright, shining light bulb.
Holy shit. Story in chat. What's up, man?
Pneumonia and bronchitis. Holy shit.
Damn. And you're still alive. That's... Pneumonia's no joke, dude.
No. No, I've had it once, I think. Only once. And yeah, trying to breathe while your lungs sound like they're just gurgling is not fun.
Dude, I was talking to my daughter the other day about vaping. And I was like, I get vaping, like you're trying to not put as many chemicals in your lungs, but you're just very, very slowly giving yourself pneumonia.
Well,
because you're breathing in water vapor, like liquid vapor.
Well, there's that. And I know that some of the, like if you don't get liquid, you know, from actual reputable places, there was like you can get like popcorn lung, which is apparently extremely painful and nasty.
Popcorn, like that just sounds horrendous. It makes me think of like, you know, popcorn insulation they spray into like into your walls and stuff like that, or the popcorn ceiling stuff. That's what it makes me think of. Yeah,
so like popcorn lung is I think it's called it's like bronchiolitis or something like that.
Yikes.
And it's just like scar tissue that just builds up on the inside of the lungs.
Yeah, that sounds like the worst.
Yeah, you get coughing, wheezing, like shortness of breath and all that. And yeah, it's something acid. It's some of the shit that they use in like the less reputable vape juices. So you have to be really careful. I know they had a big issue with the ones that were imported from China directly. Like a lot of the little cartridges.
Yeah, I just don't understand smoking and vaping just in general. Like, there's rigging with a time of 2:04.1.
Yeah, Dylan Sauer 206. First silver times are starting to come across on the board. Luis Castro is going to go P4 overall with a 2:05.7. We got Matt Artem about to cross the line. He's going to go 7th with a 2:06.3. You got Robeson. Yeah, I think what it is, it's an oral addiction.
Yeah, I mean, it's an oral addiction and then the nicotine and stuff like that, but... I don't know, my lungs suck enough as it is, because I'm like a light asthmatic. I'm not like officially quote-unquote diagnosed as asthmatic, but I do carry around an inhaler. And I got COVID, and I feel like I have permanent lung damage, because I get winded a lot more easily now. So the idea of like smoking or vaping or putting anything in my lungs, basically, it just blows my mind.
Yeah.
It also doesn't help that I'm fat, so I have a lot of extra weight pushing on.
I know, right? I was saying that I get winded by climbing 2 flights of stairs on my own. I don't need help.
Yeah.
Just like climbing up a hill, going for a walk, and I'm like just trying to sound normal as I pass other people. Just, I'm not dying. It's cool.
Oh yeah, if I'm doing like an iRacing race or something like that, and somebody's talking to me, you can tell that I'm getting winded. And if I'm trying to do something stressful and talk at the same time, it's just not working.
Regan is hella fast. He is fast, but I think he might actually not hold on to P1. We'll see how it goes. So far, Joby's improving quite a bit. Mr. Gandalf himself. And then same with Luis, but I don't think they're going to be enough to snatch P1 from him.
Yeah, Joby's only got about half of what he needs right now.
Yep. But then Robeson
just moved.
Yeah, got a good chicane.
Still 8/10 off Regan though. Like Regan's gonna be running with the gold drivers probably.
Yep.
Because it kind of does that. Like Regan runs some races with the gold guys and some races with the silver. It just kind of depends on which track it is and what the conditions are.
So Joey's gonna move up to P3. We got Dylan Sauer and Matt Artem about to embark on their second to last laps. I think I got room for 2 more. Oh, Joby's gonna go off into turn 1. He's gonna teleport back to the pits. He has enough time if he wants to do another run, but I think he might be done.
Yeah, Joby he pulled off and then teleported back. So I thought he was gonna do like a setup change, but he might just be happy with that lap.
Dylan's gonna basically slide around and invalidate his lap. So that's gonna give him time for 1 more, give or take. Maybe he can squeeze. Nah, I don't think he has enough to squeeze in 2 more laps.
So it's the 2 Audis in silver that are having difficulty sitting in P8 and P9.
Yeah,
so is it an Audi thing?
It could be. I don't know the meta anymore. It's hard to follow, not only because the BOP is all over the place, but different tracks have different BOP applied to them.
Thanks,
Not
kiddos.
only that, I found out today that depending on which race you run, the track itself is going to have. So for example, if you run, let's say, Silverstone, and you do a GT3 only race, you can have 1 BOP class applied to, 1 BOP apply to it. However, if you do a multi-class of GT3 and GT4, it'll have a different one.
So Artem improved 5/10 and only jumped 2 spots.
Yep.
Then the P7.
What? I don't know how to explain it better. So I found this out in the SimGrid Discord. So somebody said, for example, on multi-class at Spa, the BOP was EU B2 2019. Like, you know how it tells you what the BOP configuration is in the garage.
Right.
So in multi-class, GT3 and GT4 was EU B2 2019. However, if you did a GT3 only lobby, it was EU B2 2021.
Interesting.
So, yeah, they apply different BOPs sometimes based on what's racing at the track, which I think is completely idiotic, but what do I know? So, yeah, and I think the reason for that is because multi-class technically is IG, whatever, like, GT World Challenge, basically, the international one. And
right.
GT3 is like GT World Challenge Europe. I don't know. I don't know what to tell you. I'm not part of Kunos.
Probably just give us 1 BOP and call it a day.
Well, so that's what I thought. I thought with the 1.8 patch, they're going to make their own BOP up. At least that's what I heard. Is they're not relying on the data that they get from SRO. They're just going to make up their own.
Yeah, because the SRO season is over, so they started changing stuff like the BMW gearbox and this that, and the other.
So I don't know what's going on. I can't keep up.
I don't know.
So silver quali is just about over. Gold people are out on track now. So Reagan's going to hold on to P1 about 0.9 seconds clear of Robeson down in P2. Savage and Castro are going to go 3 and 4. Then you got Brian and Ryan and Brian holding on to 1 and 2 in AM class. And then, yeah, like you said, the Audis are kind of struggling a little bit.
Yeah, they both improved on their...
They improved, but not by a lot.
They only jumped 2 spots each.
Yep.
So they stayed together, but jumped Joey and Max.
Yeah, so it could be an Audi thing. I know that both of them are actually pretty quick drivers. I would have expected them to be a little bit higher than they are. So,
yeah, that's the thing that got me is they were both kind of up there at Kyalami, because Audi being good at Kyalami. Right. But yeah, typically Artem towards the front of that class.
Yeah, I will chalk it up to Audi things.
Pete Hutch out there mowing the grass before the final corner, getting set for his first flyer. Just Mercedes things.
Yeah, both him and Carl in the Mercedes, and Nick Kohout. You got some pretty good representation, I think, all around. Got a couple of Hondas, a couple of Mercedes, Lexus, Astons, BMW.
And a Nissan.
And one Nissan. That's
Vulcan
right.
and the GTR. Where's our other GTR driver? Where's that clown?
Probably practicing for SRO in real life.
He's been no-lifing the G Challenge, the Logitech G Challenge.
Yeah, the McLaren. Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, it says one ticket. One opportunity.
Yeah, because he just did, what was it, round 3? So the next round is when they start cutting a lot of people.
Yeah.
So instead
I
of the
think
top
next round
16, it's like top 8.
I think it's either quarterfinals or semifinals next. So, yeah, he needs to basically try hard. I mean, good luck. What is the next round? Yeah. Wednesday? Thursday?
Sure. I don't know. I can't keep track.
One of those. It's on SGP. I can look.
Yeah, I mean, he posts in the Is Anybody Streaming channel. That's how I figured out.
Tuesday.
I can follow him.
Yeah,
story Tuesday.
A notification.
Yeah, I mean, he's been doing good. Like, they did the GT4s at Brands the other day, and he got 3rd or 4th or something like that. And part of it is him just making his own little mistakes, and part of it is he's streaming it, so the people in chat are playing all sorts of sound effects and donating bits and all that stuff just to mess with him.
That was me. I was the people in chat.
Yeah, you were one of them, I know.
So, first laps coming into the gold class. Big surprise so far. Everyone is way off of Reagan's pole time of 2:04.1. Hutch is at a 2:04.8. Vulcan's at a 2:04.9. Rados is on a 2:05 flat. So, only the first lap in. Still 5 minutes to go, but so far nobody's been able to beat that 2:04.1 that Reagan put down in the Honda.
Yeah, I mean, 6/10 clear of like the quote-unquote alien guys that we've got.
As Carl struggles to keep that Mercedes pointed the right way.
Yeah, John Jorgensen doesn't even have he's bringing up the rear end of the field. I mean, a lot of space out there so these guys can give each other some room.
A lot of space, but then you look at Hutch, Vulcan, and Nick, and they're kind of all bunched up going down into the hairpin. It could also be positioning to get a tow. Strategic.
Yeah, but is there that much tow here?
In the rain, no. No, not at all.
Like, I would rather have space and not have the spray from the guy ahead of me.
I don't think there's that much spray as Hutch drifts the Schumacher S's. I don't know if there's that much spray, honestly. Yeah, riding on board with Vulcan, I don't really get spray at all. And then, of course, you could also use the hood cam, as Nick does, and then you get
filthy,
nothing.
filthy cheater.
As Vulcan cuts the chicane, invalidates his lap, so he is going to have to do one more. Filthy cheat. Hey, you know what? Whatever gets results.
I mean, yeah, if you're racing for money like that, do what you gotta do.
Yeah, Murray is about to knock Regan off of P1. He is not going to lose this. He is going to move up to first. And so he does with a 204.047. It's not cheating if anyone else can use it. You know what I mean? Like, nobody's stopping you from using it. Like, if there was a rule you can't use bonnet cam and then you're using it, then yeah, you're a dirty cheater. But everyone can use it.
Yeah, it's part of the game. Man, Hutch is just drift, power slide, everything out there.
Yeah, both him and Carl are struggling. Cockpit cam is the best view. You know, chase cam.
I remember playing Forza 4 on a controller on the Xbox in chase cam because I wasn't good enough for cockpit cam.
Yeah, I mean, it's the
I was like, I
way.
can just see more. Like, I can see everything. Why would I want to drive in cockpit cam?
Yeah. I mean, it's true. Is it? Jixer's going to cross the line. He's going to move up one position. Vulcan's improving a little bit. Still, nobody's really, other than Murray. So I guess Honda is the meta in the wet. Nobody's improving massively.
Well, last week at Kailami, it was Vulcan and Murray just back and forth all race long. And the race was decided by Murray taking 1 second extra in the pit stop. So Murray is no slouch in the Honda.
Those pit stops, man. You gotta practice them. They're part of the race. We haven't loaded Carl's. Does Carl have a live? Am I missing something?
There's two. There's Carl and I think Luis both have a livery that I haven't gotten. I keep forgetting.
We'll do it with like the last race.
Listen, Carl drives a black car. Like, relax.
Yeah, what did he do? Does it just have his name on it?
I have no idea.
No, you didn't make
Joey
this
made
one?
it. No, Joey made it. That's why he's in it.
Ah. You know, for $5, I'll load it.
Yeah, if you want to sub to the channel, we'll
No, don't sub, tip. If you sub, Twitch keeps 50%. If you tip, PayPal keeps like 30%.
Do we even have a tip thing? Like, just send it to our PayPal.
Yeah, just
Because then we get all of it.
Yeah, give Ferris all of it so he can afford medicine. Oh wait, he's in Canada.
There you go.
Ferris keeps 100. Yes, he does.
He just got the repair bill for his car, so he's looking for some tips.
I mean, look, all I'm saying is it's a little bit suspicious that we started streaming and then like a year later he buys a car.
Yeah. Have you heard what his bill is going to be for getting all the stuff done to his car?
Suspiciously enough, everything that we have in our PayPal account. Is it 4 figures or 5?
Yeah, you know how we started like doing merch and stuff like that? I haven't seen any money out of that.
Does it reach into the tens of thousands for his 4? Okay.
Canadian dollar dues. It's exclamation point store.
So
you go to
Vulcan was about to get P1, but he barely missed it by 0.06 of a second. He had it and then he lost it in the last turn, just lost about 1/10, which put him down overall. The only person on track that's really improving, well, Rados is improving a little bit, but he is way too far to really get anything done. And Jixer, he is coming up on about 0.5 seconds up on his last lap. If that holds, he will move up to P4, knocking Rados out, or down.
Yeah, let's get another Honda in the top 4. Let's go.
Vulcan not P1, no, he had it, and then he threw it away at the last turn, as Jixer's kind of throwing away his time. He was about 0.5 seconds up, he lost 0.2. Only the chicane left, and the last turn. Not improving so far. One more turn to go. Yep, lost a little bit more, so he is going to move up 1 position, maybe 2. Oh, he does move 2. So I guess that was enough.
Barely jumped
up to P4. Yeah, he just about lost it. 0.07 up on Rados, so he's going to stay in P4, or move to P4. Reagan's going to stay P3, though. 3rd overall in the Honda. So Honda, Nissan, Honda, Honda.
Yeah, so the fight I was looking for last week was Murray and Vulcan, and because Rados wasn't there, I was like, if Rados was there, that would have been a good 3-way battle. So I'm expecting to see Rados move up in the Porsche, because he is really, really fast, and maybe the race setup will be better, because we know the Porsche gets, like, when you're low fuel, it gets all kind of weird.
Yep.
So during the race, if he's got a little bit more fuel over the, the front end of that car, he'll get some better turn in. Yeah, the 3 Mercedes 678, Hutch, Carl, and Mark Robinson. Joby in the Lexus.
I feel like I was trying to do something that I completely forgot. Oh well, must have not been for. Oh yeah, that's right.
The same
was
top
it the
3
same
last
top
week?
3 last week?
I believe so.
Don't know.
I believe it was.
I was cleaning beer off of my desk.
Alright, we have some wet conditions. Remember that comes as slippery. Watch your braking distance.
Thank you. Thank you, race engineer. Remember that the curbs are slippery?
They are, aren't they?
So, rain increasing in 10 minutes.
Rain is increasing, so it's a full wet track. It is coming down pretty hard, and then, yeah, in about 10 minutes, we are going to get an increase in rain, and then the same is happening in 30 minutes. So there is a small, tiny chance that this could go to flooded. I have tested the race, like actually, going through a race weekend. I want to say a total of 8 or 9 times. And I've never had a flooded track. But I also have the worst luck when it comes to weather, so,
Yeah. We've never
if it
been
does
able
go
to.
to flooded, I apologize.
I mean, if it goes to flooded, that's the will of the Kunos gods.
Yep.
What rain variable did you set on there?
I believe rain was set to 0.2.
Okay, well, that's not bad.
Cloud 0.6 and randomness 1.
Yeah, so it should be the heavier end of light rain. It's before you get into like medium, I guess.
Right. But as it stands, it is full on raining, pouring rain. I do like their little, I don't know if that's a new camera, how it just kind of pans over the field at the start.
Yeah, the track walk, I noticed that. That's kind of nice.
That is kind of nice. I don't know why it doesn't start at the front and move to the back, but hey, whatever. You know what? I'll take it.
Yeah, because I was focused on P4 as well. So
So we are going to go into helicopter view. One of the things that I hope everyone realizes is that it's raining, and T1 is a hairpin, and the track goes from very wide to very narrow very quickly. So hopefully everyone can keep their nose out of trouble lap 1. I know sometimes we have issues, not necessarily in turn 1, but once you get to turn 4, 5, and 6, it's like they'll remember turn 1, take it easy, and then they just kind of like, all right, cool, I survived. Now I'm going to send it.
Everybody just kind of forgets.
So we have one view from a helicopter and then a second view from the International Space Station. Where are you're over the hairpin?
This is the we're in the Goodyear blimp.
Ah,
That's not copyrighted, is it? Didn't we watch a race the other day and you're like, man, I wish we'd get like a view like that. That'd be great.
yeah, it was the more female racers one. How they had an intro.
Somebody is in the dirt in the hairpin. Is that Luis? Looked like a black car.
All done it. Luis is moving. I think he is fine. Man, I really need to put a side on this computer. Holy hell.
A little warm.
A little warm. It's about 79 in here now.
Oh, lovely.
Yeah, apparently this GPU puts out a shit ton of heat. Fantastic. That's one of the things that I didn't account for. Maybe I should open my window. Yeah, maybe I'll do that.
What's the weather like out there in Pacific Northwest?
What is it? 40 something?
It's pretty good, man. Are you sure that he is from normal operation? I mean, I'm fully expecting Paul's house to burn down in the next week or so.
Am I sure that the heat is from... No, I'm not.
We are underway.
We are. Murray gets a really good start.
Come on,
Turn
guys.
1, 3
20
wide.
cars, 3 wide. A hush around the outside of Jorgensen. Rados is going to get a little bit of a bump.
Oh, Joey Melody and Dave Miller under a yellow flag, but I think they just went off track a little bit.
Yeah, everybody's on track that I can see as they drive off the left side of my screen.
I'm going to be running this. Look, as long as it stays not melted, I am fine. Oh,
Brian Kerr's on.
is facing the wrong way.
Backwards.
What happened, Brian?
Did you get a replay on him, or do I need to go grab it?
Probably easier if you go grab it.
Who killed Brian? Brian's like the worst person to kill too, because he's on the penalty review team. I mean, granted, you're not allowed to talk while we're reviewing an incident involving your car, but still.
Yeah, I mean, so far it looks like he, gets a little bit wide. What is that, turn 5? Yeah, that looks like ACC collision physics at play.
Yeah, so he's on the inside of Artem, jelly beans off of him, and then gets tapped by Dylan Sauer, which turns him the rest of the way around. That's just who knows physics. Same thing happened to Max Diggs and Barrett last week, side by side through the Essence and Kyalami, and Barrett they just barely touched, and then Barrett's car decided to spin off to the right.
Yeah, I've seen that happen so many times. It's unfortunate. And it's funny because you'll see one incident and you'll see a second one like 2 laps later, same exact scenario, and then
and nothing
the car in
happens.
front flips, or like nothing happens.
kind of one of those. It's a dice roll type of thing.
Just like everything else in this game. So field's starting to spread out a little bit. We got Dylan Sauer catching up to Bruce Hopkins as he fell back from the start a little bit. Probably got involved in an incident with Hardin and Brian. And then a little bit further up the field, we got Robeson trying to catch up to Luis.
Yeah, Dylan was the one that touched Brian and finished turning him the rest of the way around, so I imagine he slowed down a bit for that. But he's going to move past Bruce Hopkins up into P15.
Ooh, Joby gets a little bit wide. That's going to give Nick Kohout some room. You can see Joby flashing his hazards. I don't know if he's trying to indicate that he is a hazard or that his car is broken down.
Like, does he need to draw any more attention to that car? Like, you can't miss it. I don't think I could look at it long enough to see his hazard lights.
I mean, you can if you look from Nick Kohout's onboard cam. Speaking of, the rain is coming down really, really hard.
Yeah, kind of a look on the inside there.
Yeah, try to stick his nose in a little bit. It's a hard section of the track to get a pass, though. Especially in the Mercedes. He's going to have a lot of trouble getting a good exit. But as it stands, he's sandwiched between two Lexuses. Lexi.
Lexus, Welp will fight you. The plural is Lexus, apparently.
No.
Go watch the VOD from last week. Welp got borderline upset about it.
Only borderline? I would have argued until he got really upset.
No, Welp said he will die on that hill, and if Welp says he'll die on that hill, I'm gonna believe him.
I mean, we can arrange that.
Because he knows a lot more than I do.
Joey Milletti tucked in underneath Bruce Hopkins going into turn one. They're going to drag race. He is going to have a little bit of a toe, so he's going to go side by side, take the inside line. Oh, Joey. Oh, Joey, that is close.
Joey, do not kill Bruce, please.
Bruce going to close the door on him. Good defensive move there.
Oh, we got Brian Curzon and Yellow Vera under yellow flag back at the back.
Yeah, they were off track into turn one. I don't know what happened there. So Lexus says
You don't like you googled it.
the plural of Lexus is apparently Lexus.
Yeah, that's what Welp said. He's like, they put out a thing saying that. But Joey's going to go around the outside of Bruce. Or he's going to try to in the hairpin. Bruce can take the inside. Joey, that ain't going to work, my guy.
But then Toyota, a long time ago, I remember this, came out and said that the plural of Prius is Prii. So, which one is it, Toyota? Like, ooh, Robeson's gonna have a good run up the hill on the inside of Castro as they go into the chicane. He's gonna have to back out though. There's no room for two cars there.
Yeah, I'm watching the 5, 6, 7 battle right now because Rados is giving Regan looks left and right, and Carl just sitting off the back end of them. Carl gets so much more straight line speed than that Porsche.
Yeah, but he doesn't have the speed to make anything stick.
Yeah, and
Robeson is gonna stick his nose on the inside of Luis. It's still not enough though.
keep poking at him. There he is. There's going to be alongside. Robeson up the inside. Joby's going to have a look. Nick Kohout's going to tap Joby. Joby's going to hang on to it, though. That was very close.
Yeah, very close indeed.
So the tiniest bit of contact there.
Yeah, Robeson's going to skate by. He is going to move up one position, up to P8. He's got Carl Big in his sights now. And further down the field, we got Sourick, who caught up to Artem after that little incident with Brian earlier. So,
The Audi's going to fight amongst themselves.
yeah, let's hope they both stay on track facing the right way. Yeah, I wonder if there's a benefit to, like, mounting the wing from the back. Like, if you look at the rear wing of the Audi. It seems like a lot of the new GT3 cars, they have that weird little way of mounting the wing.
Well, if it breaks loose, there's less chance of it flying backwards and hitting somebody behind you, I guess.
I mean,
If the force catch it, I don't know. I have no idea, man. I'm not an engineer. I don't know.
Yeah, it seems like every car has decided to have, some arrow bit for mounting the wing, whether it's from the front or the back, except for Porsche. Porsche is just like, nah, we're just gonna screw it onto the bottom.
Seems like a very Porsche thing to do, though.
Well, yeah.
We don't care
Also,
what everybody else is doing.
their rear wing, I mean, I don't know if it's the car, but it looks like bigger than anybody else's. Bruce Hopkins going to move out of the way for Dave Miller. Did he get loose coming out of the last turn, or is he just moving over?
I think Bruce is just chilling. Because I believe Bruce does this race, and then he does another one right after it.
Yeah, I think so.
I think he does Trackalicious as well.
What a madman. We did lose one
Okay.
person. I think we lost Guillerme.
Yes, we did.
He has exited the server after being involved in 2 incidents early on.
Ferrari maybe not good in the rain here.
Could be. I don't think Ferrari's really that good anywhere anymore.
It used to be the go-to. I drove it once or twice and didn't really get on with it. But I'm not good, so take that for what you will.
Yeah, Reagan and Jix are coming under a lot of pressure now. There's about a train of 4 cars. This 4, 5, 6 battle's heating up. As we're going to stay with Reagan for a little bit, who got, again, a really good quality. I think he ended up P3 overall. Or
Yeah.
sorry, 3.
Yeah, Regan qualified P3 and he's down to P5.
Yeah,
But-
I mean, he would have been second, but just at the end, Vulcan got the better of him.
Yeah, Murray and Vulcan have kind of checked out, though.
Yeah, Murray's already pulled out a 2.5 second gap on Vulcan. Vulcan's got a 5-second gap on Hutch.
Rados up the inside of Regan. Rados is getting a better run to the chicane every lap and then trying to send it in the final corner. But just not enough to make it stick, and then he gets outrun down the straight because the Honda. Looked like Regan wasn't going to get that thing shut down going into turn 1. He almost overran that corner.
Yeah, he also went defensive line,
Yeah, I
trying
think
to cover
he's...
off the inside.
Yep, Rados going to send it up the inside here, overshoot the corner. Regan's going to undercut him. That's how you do it, boys. That was clean.
Yeah, a little bit of an over-under.
The switchback from Regan, though. Oh, you love to see it.
Yeah, meanwhile, Carl behind him looks like he was trying to kind of capitalize on that mistake, but he just doesn't have enough speed in the corners.
We got a battle for Bronze League going on as well. Max is cut up to Ryan Cody. Couple tenths off. I'm going to keep an eye on those two.
Oh, Ryan.
Ryan's having a pretty good season so far. Happy for him.
Yeah, he is.
'Cause he was Mr. Honda for how many seasons? And then he switched over to Lexus. Now he's kind of running away.
Yeah, he went from mid-engine car that tries to kill you to front-engine car that's super stable. He's not very happy with it. Hey, look, it's a change. It's different.
How can he not be happy with it? It's a great car. Sounds awesome. He's winning races. That's fast in a straight line.
Kunos made it terrible in the wet. Hey, look, we had one wet race so far. One.
I mean, to be fair, it used to be super OP in the rain. And then they were like, no, we're not going to do that anymore, so they killed it.
Yep, Jorgensen looking to make a move on Hutch for P3. He is going to come under pressure, though, from Lekkeman, who's going to go around the outside of turn 1. A little bit of a switchback there, trying to get the outside of turns 2 and 3, but he doesn't have enough speed. So, Jixer trying to get a move on Hutch and almost lost the position in doing so. And it seems like Regan has found his pace again.
Yeah, he went from being the guy who was being hunted by Rados to being the one who is now hunting Jorgensen.
Yeah, again, the Hondas are very quick here. Dylan Sauer has gotten past Matt Artem. So he is going to move up to 14th, first of the Audis. Oh, somebody in the neighborhood is shooting off fireworks.
Are you sure it's fireworks?
Yeah, I think the Seahawks are playing.
I guess you don't live in Oklahoma, it wouldn't be guns, would it?
Oh no, it would. Seahawks score 31-21. Yep. I'm guessing it just ended because they are going off.
But is it like mid-season? Is it anything special about the game, or is it just they shoot off fireworks anytime they win?
Yes. Yeah, they shoot off every time they win.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it's Seattle sports fans are, I honestly, the most hardcore, diehard sports fans I think I've ever met. Of like any sport, they don't care. Ooh, Jixer's gonna go into pits super early. What is it, 15 minutes into the race?
Yeah.
Did he forget to fuel?
Forget to fuel, or doesn't want to be in the middle of that fight anymore? That's a tactical undercut.
I mean, that is a long, long undercut.
Yeah, there's
Yeah,
a
interesting strategy from him.
AAA baseball team here in town that they shoot off fireworks every Friday that they have a game. Win or lose, it's Firework Friday.
Hey.
And you know, it's always fun if you lose like 6-0, and then you, all right, guys, time for fireworks.
I mean, they paid for them. They're going to use them.
I mean, sure.
Rados.
Oh my.
Yeah, he is glued to the bumper of Reagan. Oh, he's going to tap Reagan. There's the Porsche brakes.
And he is not waiting around. He is gone.
Yeah, that is an unfortunate.
Yeah, and the field is still packed up enough that Regan has to sit there and wait.
Not so much unfortunate. That is a terrible, terrible mistake from Rados. Bit of a shame, really, because I think they would have had a very good battle, but
yeah.
As it stands, he is going to basically punt Reagan down all the way to 14th, behind Sauer and Artem. So from first of the silvers to last of the silvers in one turn.
All it takes, man. One guy behind you not to work enough.
Yeah. Yeah, that's what happened to Ferrari at Coda, remember? Start on pole, die in turn 1.
Oh yeah, I watched that race. I forgot.
You did.
Well, that was the closest battle on track that just ended, so everybody's pretty well spaced out now.
Yeah, we got, what is it? Brian and Miller. They're starting to get a little close as Brian is chasing down Miller.
Yeah, I think Dylan Sauer is going to be catching Max Diggs and Ryan Cody here pretty quick because he's putting in anywhere from 5/10 to a full second faster laps than than the two bronze drivers ahead of him.
Yeah, Reagan's going to go into the pits to fix presumably his damage from that punt. As Max is still chasing Ryan, and then Nick Kohout's catching up to Joby.
Yeah, those two just put in their best laps of the race so far, respectively, running almost identical lap times.
Oh, Savage and Nick, yep.
Yeah, 205, 535, and 205, 542, so...
Oh, Mr. Big is under a yellow flag.
Uh-oh.
Oh, he drifted the Schumacher S's full-on initial D.
Yeah, he's going to lose a spot to Robeson. Glad he saved it, though. And didn't put it in the wall. We've seen people going through the Schumacher S's and then the car snaps on them. And they just get yeeted off the side into a wall. I think it happened to John Jorgensen last time we did Nurburgring. His car just snapped and it sent him flying.
Yeah, that's one of the things that you need to watch out for. I remember it was a couple of seasons back when Brendan McVeigh was in the Porsche and for like 3 races in a row he would start sliding one way and then he would snap the other way.
I remember the Suzuka race. That was just not good. Not good at all.
Yep, turn 1, just a bit of a slide and then snap into the wall. So Nick is now caught up to Joseph, Mr. Savage himself.
Yeah, Max was 3/10 to Ryan Cody, but then overran turn 1. He dropped back a bit.
Yeah, we'll see how this battle turns out with the Lexus, that shining beacon of hope. It's honestly not that. It's not highlighter yellow, you know?
Yeah,
like
it could be worse.
Joe's car used to be.
Yeah, apparently he was gonna make a livery for it, and that's as far as he got. And then he was like, "Ah, screw it."
Oh no, Bruce Hopkins, almost touches the wall out of turns 4. He was very, very, very close to stuffing his Aston into the wall.
Yeah,
So
Barry,
now-
we already made that joke. The Gandalf the White. Get some original material, man. Yeah, Carl tucked up behind Robeson for P5 and 6. So a little Mercedes going. Mercedes train.
Yeah, you got... We'll see who can keep their car alive the
Oh,
longest.
Carl.
It ain't Carl, that's for sure.
Can we count that one as a stream snipe? Like, do you take credit for that? Because you were actively saying it as
Why
he.
not?
I'm just trying to like buff our stats, like get our kill counter up.
Second track cut, according to our pit lane reporter.
Thank you, Bullet, for the Carl Big update. That's always the worst, getting a track cut for something where you don't actually gain anything.
Yeah. Yeah, the worst, honestly, I feel like, is in iRacing when you try to avoid an accident and then it's like, slow down for 10 seconds, you cut the track.
Yeah.
Like, bruh.
Yeah, I just gave up 10 seconds trying to avoid those people.
Yeah, like, what do you want me to do?
Rados has caught Hutch for P3.
Yeah, Rouse has caught Hutch. He is getting super close to Hutch's bumper, so he's already had 1 murder this race because he misjudged his braking.
Rados is embracing the iRacing. Because he's been doing quite a bit over in iRacing, and in iRacing you just kill people and go on about your day.
I mean, you can do that in ACC too. There's nothing stopping you. You
Yeah,
can do
but
whatever you want.
But in iRacing races, like, you don't know the people that you're racing with. Here, they're gonna at you in Discord.
That's why I run with my Discord muted.
Fair enough.
You mention me, I won't even see it.
We're gonna test that later. I'm gonna mention you in every channel. Ferris says that's a lie. I know Ferris runs in Do Not Disturb a lot.
You ping him for Rock and Stone. Hey, look, that is different. Reagan's under yellow flag one more time. He's facing the wrong way out of turn 3. Same place where Bruce had a little bit of an off earlier. Rados is tucked up right on the back of Hutch.
Dude, Hutch cannot put power down on corner exit. Like, the back end of his car is dancing every time he goes to leave a corner. I imagine if you watch his stream, the amount of like counter steering that he's doing right now.
Well, let's see. Let's go on board with him. Yeah, you can see him sawing at the wheel every turn.
But I mean, Hutch does a lot of sawing at the wheel anyway, so I imagine it's even worse now. Because we looked at that last week, because Wilt brought it up. He said the way that Hutch drives, you would think his front tires would just be toast every race.
Just because he goes in deep and...
I mean, Hutch is way faster than I am, so what can I say?
Right? It's like watching Nick drive sometimes. I'm like, dude,
Yeah.
that doesn't seem right. But then,
Yeah.
he is
But he's
quick and
throwing down bangers.
I'm not. So Carl, after having that little mistake a couple of laps back, he is now back within striking distance of Robeson. We don't have the AWS striking distance within 2 laps. Powered by AWS. Graphic, unfortunately. But if anyone from Amazon is watching,
Go fuck
please stop
yourselves.
asking me to join your company.
No.
I will never do it.
You don't want to go work for a soulless corporation?
I mean, they're all soulless corporations.
Yeah, but don't you work for like a kind of a better thing?
They'll suck.
Don't you work for like some nonprofit or something like that? Or...
Oh, hell no.
Oh.
No, nonprofits don't pay well at all. It's very rewarding work, but rewarding doesn't necessarily pay the bills. You know?
Very true.
Like, 4090s ain't cheap.
That is no joke. Especially when you quote unquote accidentally buy them.
It wasn't an accident. It was more like I got the notification. So I'm in I was in this Discord for like stock.
Did you leave it because you're buying too much crap?
No. So I've been in there since the PS5. Like when I was trying to get a PS5 a year back. Like I joined this Discord. I think it's called Restockify or something, and they have
I joined
notification
one of
walls and bots. And then when the 4090 got announced, like they released the roll. I think we lost one more person.
Yeah, we're down to 18.
I'm not sure who that was.
Bruce Hopkins, I don't see him in the server anymore.
Oof. Bye, Bruce.
So maybe not enjoying the rain, getting ready for his next race probably. Maybe his wife, I mean, Bruce has got a lot of, like he's got a wife and a family and stuff like that. We've had races before. Was it at Watkins or something like that where his car just sat in the pit the entire race and we were like legitimately concerned that he might have died.
Yep.
Whoa, Ferris, don't say F Bruce.
Oh,
That's not very nice.
It's like F in chat. As Artem is facing the wrong way out of the last turn, he's going to have to wait.
But if you read it that way, it's Ferris saying fuck Bruce Hopkins, which is very not. What was our prediction? 16 by the end of the race?
Yeah, I think I said 16 or 15.
Yeah.
So we will see how that shakes out. Right about a little bit longer than half an hour left, 32 minutes. What happened to Artem? He is sliding everywhere. Did he put the wrong tires on? Did he suffer the bug
Oh my god, I hope not.
of putting slicks on? Because he spun out in the last turn, and he spun out again in turn 1. And he is going very, very slowly. Like, very slowly.
My only F's of respects. I know, Ferris. I gotta give you a hard time. Yeah, he's like looking at the onboard. He's just sliding all over the place.
Yeah, either he suffered the bug or he messed up his tire pressures. I'm not sure which one. As Rados is getting really, really close to murdering Hutch. And I mean very, very close.
He's getting all the draft that he possibly can. And this is the same place where he killed Regan, or was it a couple corners before?
No, I think he killed Reagan and maybe.
Well, because Regan was sitting in the grass, so I think it was the corner before the hairpin.
That's
I don't
right,
know.
yeah.
Who knows?
Yeah, if only we'd been paying attention.
Why on earth would we do that?
I don't know.
And I ordered a
Artem is
cooler.
off in the chicane. He is off into the wall.
He's got a.
He's
yeah,
teleported back to the
teleported.
pits.
He's left server. I really hope he posts something and lets us know what happened.
I mean, it. Yeah, I think he was
If it
driving on
was
slicks.
the bug. That sucks.
Yeah. Yeah, you would think they would have fixed it by now.
Dude, they're
That
not
bug
gonna
has
fix
been-
anything for this game.
That bug has been happening for years.
Yeah, because this happened to like multiple other people in other races that we've had. I've heard a lot of people talk about it, where they do their setup and they hit drive and then it puts them back onto like slick tires in the rain or something like that.
Yeah,
Or
I mean,
getting wets in the dry. It's like, what?
I've had it happen to me before where I got slicks in the rain. It's not fun. Because you don't really notice it. You get out and you're like, oh wait, what the hell?
Yeah.
What is going on? Also, the game doesn't really do a really good job of telling you what tires you have on. So, you know, esports game.
Yeah. Esports ready.
So, closest battle we got is still Rados and Hutch.
Yeah. You saw Hutch get loose there. Rados gonna have a look.
Yeah, he just doesn't. Oh, Rados
Oh,
gets
Rados is gonna
loose.
drift it. That's gonna be it. He's gonna put it into the wall. The hood is gonna pop. He's got some front end damage on that car. He could theoretically spin that thing around and get it moving.
Looks like he might teleport to the pits as well. I mean, he's been sitting there.
Yeah, I mean, he's waiting for
Yeah.
traffic to go by.
He's going.
I mean, he did murder somebody, but historically, Rados is really good about his rejoins. Like, he'll sit there and eat positions. But yeah, he hasn't done his pit stop, so he can go in and fix that. But he's not going to be anywhere near Hutch. As the pit cycle continues, Vulcan's in there.
No, Volk is in there. Ryan Cody just went in. Dylan Sauer just went in.
Have you looked at Murray's time? Like, his best lap is a 2:03.9.
Yes. He is, yeah, he is absolutely flying.
He has checked out. He's gone.
He's pulling the max. Start from pole, run away.
I mean, yeah. We've been, Vulcan has won every race so far, and Murray, last week gave him a really good run, and we keep waiting for somebody to give Vulcan a challenge, and here's Murray.
Man, I still can't believe the plural of Lexus is Lexus.
This has ruined Paul's whole day.
Yeah, because like I said, I remember specifically when they came out and said the plural of Prius is Prii, and I'm like, all right, cool. So Ryan Cody managed to have a decent enough pit stop. He came out just in front of Sauer. Well, I guess they both went in the pits at the same time, but they both came out right behind Joseph Savage, who, if I'm not mistaken, pit very, very early.
Yeah, he pit not as early as Jorgensen did, but yeah, pretty early. But this happened last week at Kailami too. Like, Ryan came out behind Joby and then managed to overtake him, even though he didn't need to. Like, Ryan's gonna have, I think, enough of a gap over the rest of Bronze that he just needs to have a clean rest of the race. I mean, you can see Max behind him on the track map. He's not super far back, but he's got a couple second gap.
Yeah, Max has got about a 3-second gap. And then Joey and Brian are both going to have to pit relatively soon here, so he is going to move up to P1 in class once that happens. Speaking of Brian, Brian might be trying to get past Joey before they go in their pit cycle.
I was gonna say, Brian's got a little bit of damage on the back end from where he got turned earlier in the race, but yeah, he's gonna give Joey the old flash here.
Yeah, I thought he was gonna have a look, but he decided to back out. Looking at Joey though, I think Joey's been driving with his eyes in a rearview mirror, because he's been getting loose quite a bit.
Yeah, I don't know that he super needs. I mean, yeah, you don't want to give up position to Brian, but you don't really need to worry about Brian killing you as much, because Brian is one of the cleaner drivers around here. But Brian's just going to look to put the pressure on and see if he can get Joey to make a mistake.
Oh, what an interesting race.
What?
I was kidding.
I figured you were.
You know, I really hope that Rennsport is good.
So Rennsport currently is what, Porsche and Audi?
I mean, it's an alpha.
Yeah, because, well, I mean, when they first announced it, it was Porsche was like the main thing, because they have the, what do they call the new Porsche electric car? I forget what the official.
Tyke? Which one?
They just brought it to iRacing too.
Oh yeah, yeah, I know what.
Yeah, but that was like the poster car for Rennsport, was that car. And now they just announced that Audi has joined it as well, so they're starting to, I guess, get licensed, things like that. So I don't know. After the whole, their initial announcement was the NFT thing, and people were like, no. And then they're like, no, we're not doing that. Because it was, you could buy cars and you could actually sell them. Like, if you didn't want to have them anymore, you could sell them to other people.
Right.
So, like, you actually owned the content of each individual car, not the entire game.
Which is kind of cool. I mean, it's a nice little concept.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, I don't know. I haven't looked a whole lot into it. Just some YouTube videos of people that I watched it have made about it. But if it's an improvement over ACC and stuff like that, I'm all for it. Just something new. Like, just give us something.
The one thing that I never understood, though, it's like you own the content. Okay, fine. why does it have to be an NFT? Is what I'm like. I never. So, like for example, Steam Workshop. You own the items in the Steam World. Like if you play TF2 or you play CS:GO or Dota or most of the Valve games, I know there's a ton of third party that do the same thing. Like it's skins, but you own it. Like it's yours.
Right.
So I can sell it to you. I can trade it. Like what's the difference between that and an NFT? Like why an NFT? I don't know. Why not just have it a workshop item?
I don't know. I still don't fully understand the whole NFT thing. Like, I heard about it and people were paying ungodly amounts of money for like digital art, and I was like, that's dumb.
It was money laundering.
Yeah.
For the most part.
And then they're like, oh, I bought this thing for $100,000. Now it's worth like $12. And I was like, haha, you're an idiot.
Yeah.
15 seconds for Rados murder. We didn't give it penalty. We're not live stewarding, but I don't know what that 15 seconds is for. At least I'm not live stewarding.
Could be Ferris. So yeah,
Oh, fair. Okay. Thanks for letting us know, Ferris. Jesus.
No, Michael. No.
They don't tell us anything.
No. We're only paying
Brian's gonna run
camera. Ooh, Brian.
way wide on turn 1. Brian, go pit, dude.
Seriously, him and Joey. Oh, Max is gonna squeeze by Dylan
I think
Sauer.
Dylan had an off to the chicane. Dylan is on an invalid lap.
Fucking NFTs. Well, I'm glad they backed out. I'm sure they're not going to do it now because pretty much every NFT is worthless.
Oh, like, Dylan Sauer way wide into turn 1. Did he? Are the Audis just bugged in the rain?
I mean, your guess is as good as mine.
Because Dylan was slow through the chicane, and then he overran turn 1.
Yeah, I don't know.
Interesting.
20 minutes to go. Hutch is finally pitting from provisional P1. Murray is still officially, technically, P1. He's about, what is it? 3 seconds clear of Vulcan, roughly. Which that gap was bigger. So whatever happened in the pits, he is losing a little bit of time. But yeah, still P1 by a comfortable margin. Then you got Vulcan in P2, Hutch P3. As we all know, Rados had a bit of an off, and he died.
Yeah, I think he
was all the way down
fixed
to
the
16.
damage.
But Hutch is catching up to Vulcan pretty quickly. I mean, he's about half a second back. Yeah, they both have pit. So this would be for actual position on track.
So it's not quite instant karma, but Rados killed Regan and then died himself and is now behind Regan with a penalty.
Oh no.
So karma.
Yeah, but is this going to be a repeat? Well, he is about 14 seconds back, so maybe not.
Yeah, he's pretty clear. Yeah, I've been watching Dylan Sauer for about the last lap or so, and Regan was 4 seconds behind him and is now about to overtake him. And Dylan just looks like he can't take a corner with any speed. So I wonder if it's an Audi thing.
Yeah, I mean, the same thing happened to Artem, so I wonder if the thing is bugged, or they both got the slick bug. Although that would be very coincidental to have two people who have the same bug in the same, race.
Yeah, because Dylan's last lap, no offs or anything, was at 2:09.3. Which, I mean, if you're driving slicks in the rain, I guess that's not bad, but he looks to be struggling more than he did before his pit. Because he was running 205s pre-pit.
Yeah, I mean, I really wish ACC would have given us, you know, an indication of what tires people are running. Like just a little icon or like a W for wet or...
A little circle. Circle with a W or a D.
Oh, Dylan's going to get super loose in the Schumacher S's.
That's a pretty good save. I thought he was dead.
He is struggling massively. Barely keeping that Audi on track.
Dylan. Luis caught up to Nick Kohout as they go through the chicane to the final corner. As we all know, Nick just a fan of racing anybody on track that he can get, so he'll enjoy this battle for a little while.
Yeah, hopefully something comes of it. Then we got that, and then we got Jixer's catching up to Robeson pretty quickly here, too. Joey Provisional P4 still has not pit.
Joey Spaghetti, the long con. Look, Mom, I'm in the top 5. I mean, pretty good race from Joey so far, so, I mean, fair enough. Knock on wood before Joey dies in the next corner.
I mean, if he does what he did 2 weeks ago, he's going to die in the last lap.
Oh.
So he's got about 12 minutes, 13 minutes to go.
There, he's overshooting the corner. Wasn't it? It was Donington, wasn't that week 1?
Was it week 1?
I think so. Because it was the last lap of Donington where he was leading the class and had the spin.
It wasn't Suzuka? Did we do Suzuka? No, we did Silverstone. Wasn't it Silverstone?
No, it was not Silverstone.
Alright. Well.
No, it was Donington for sure.
Joey had 15 liters of fuel, according to our pit lane reporter, Bullet.
Joey gonna stop on the last lap of the race. Thanks for the follow, Chris02888.
Are you a bot? Blink twice if yes.
Yes.
It's not blinking twice, it's saying it.
Give us some sort of Twitch emote. Do you know what a traffic light is?
Select all images with crosswalks.
Yeah. Or boats.
Or boats.
What's up, Kim? Kim's here, Victoria's Secret. She's from Carl's community.
Isn't there a song now called I Am Victoria's Secret?
I don't know.
Swear to God, I heard it on the radio. Yeah, I still listen to radio.
I listen to the radio in my personal car because the Ford interface thing is such a pain in the ass to get to the Bluetooth, because it has one of the, it's like a really, really bad touch screen. Like you have to touch the top or the bottom of the button to actually touch the button you want to touch. And of course the Bluetooth is on the second page after things like Sirius XM and AM. Like, why would I want to listen to AM over Bluetooth? And so just trying to get to it, I can't.
You know, you laugh, but I think all my dad listens to in his car is AM because he listens to sports.
Hey, the truck I just bought has a tape player in it.
Oh.
I'm excited.
Like an actual tape, or is it like an 8-track?
No, it's an actual cassette.
Oh, that's not too bad.
No.
Radio, what's that?
So Make sure it says by Joss. She knows it from YouTube.
Yeah, it was playing on the radio the other day.
Well, that truck is 2 years younger than me. I was born in '82.
A bunch of old farts.
Right.
How's ARP over there?
Goddamn millennial. I have been getting AARP mailers for years.
Look,
Hey, look,
yeah,
man.
those are Mustang wheels. Well, I mean, they're like the Mustang style.
So yeah, the guy that I bought it from, he said he was gonna slay because he does a lot of like lowriders and crap. His wife, we were talking about the cars and stuff because he's got like a Corvette, he's got an old '60s Mustang, and his wife was like, "Yeah, I drive an Alfa Romeo," and then listed a bunch of numbers and letters. It's like an $80,000 SUV. But this guy had bought this truck and he was gonna drop it and make it a lowrider. So he had put the wheels from something else and then bought tires for it. The tires are like brand new. If you don't know what we're talking about, go to the Discord. It's in the media section. I bought a truck.
You did. 1984.
84 Chevy C10.
The quad headlights.
Heck yeah, man. I had been talking to somebody the day before. I guess it was Friday. Yeah, it was Friday. They had a 83 GMC, basically the same exact truck for the same price, closer to me. 2-owner, 70,000 original miles. And I was like, I want to come look at it because I want to buy it. And they're like, well, I got somebody coming to look at it here in a little bit. And I was like, never mind then, because they're going to buy it. Because trucks like those, like the first person who looks at them, if they're in any kind of decent shape, they're buying it. 100%. What's Alva's? Did we fire his dumbass? No. We did not.
Joey finally pits with 10 minutes to go in the race.
I mean, if it works,
Better
where's
late
he
than
gonna come
never.
out?
He is going to come out.
I mean, he's not gonna be ahead of Ryan because Ryan's crossing. Max is crossed already.
Yeah, it's about
Dylan.
1 minute entry to exit. So I think he's going to come out.
He's gonna be
say
behind
right-
Rados
Yeah, right behind Rados.
because Rados is crossing the start-finish line now.
I mean, his car's still up on the jack stands. You can't really tell. There we go. Now it just dropped. He's gonna have a pretty good gap to Brian.
Kim, you'll have to ask him about it because we don't know. Jorgensen gonna make an attempt on Robeson. I mean, Robeson way out ahead of all the rest of the Silvers.
The track dried who would look like a genius. Yeah. Yeah, it's a gamble, but I mean, usually you can tell, half an hour ahead if the track is going to dry or not. There's a forecast. So
Yeah, it shows that the rain is going to lessen, but it has gotten considerably worse since we started.
Yeah, I think he's just one of those things where he put enough fuel in, he just probably forgot. Like, oh, yeah, I have to pit. I've done it.
Yeah, I mean, if the car feels good and you're putting in decent laps and people are dying around you, just keep going.
Oh, Miller's under yellow flag out of turn 3 again. He's the third or fourth person we've seen get loose. Out of
That's
turns
just
1 and
Porsche
2.
things, man. Just mowing grass out there.
I mean, Porsche does make tractors. So we got about 4, maybe 5 laps to go, and Jixer is getting very close to the back of Robeson. I mean, I know this isn't for class points or anything, but it is for pride.
Don't count out Carl either, because Carl's about a second behind these two, and if they start battling, 8 minutes to go, Carl could get up in there.
Nomas with the... Did you know that Tiago has a younger sister? I will not ask him about it.
Also, yes, we did know that he has siblings.
Sure, there's a joke in there, but I will refrain from asking him about it. No, why don't know you? I'm gonna hit you with the Uno reverse.
Got him. Jorgensen flashing, doing whatever he can to try to throw Robeson off.
I mean, he's definitely got more speed in the twisty sections. I don't know if he has enough speed in the long straights to really make a move. The only thing I can see happening is if he gets a better exit out of the last turn and then tries to dive on the inside of turn 1. Reagan's caught back to Max Diggs. He is going to go up the inside. Max is going to move over, give him that spot. So Reagan with another position on track up to P11 after being so unceremoniously killed. A Brazilian chicken in micro bikini. Yeah, I got nothing.
No, I got nothing either.
I tried.
I searched for a good 5-6 seconds or so to try to think of something.
Yep.
But I got nothing. Robeson trying to break the toe, going super defense. Oh, he's gonna let
both Jixer
He's gonna let
and
them
Carl.
fight.
Yeah.
I mean, he's got the silver win wrapped up. No point in fighting with these two.
Yeah, you don't want to get taken out 6 minutes before the end of the race. I mean, that's,
Yeah.
just keep your position, keep your points. Let these
Good guy,
two go at
Mark.
it.
Mark also bought Deep Rock Galactic, so
So
one of
do-
us.
How many groups
did
can
Carl
we?
just pull over?
No, he's still moving.
Oh, he was
He's
super
flashing.
slow for a second in front of Robeson.
Yeah, I think he got loose. He is not having. I mean, he is struggling in the Mercedes in the dry. I can't imagine how bad he's having to, saw at the wheel in the wet. He hit
And I
the pit
wouldn't-
limiter.
Oh,
Thank you, pit lane reporter.
thanks, Bullet. So I was right. He did slow way down.
I feel like that's a problem if you have big hands. I have small hands. I don't have that problem. I got little Trump hands.
Carl.
No hitting the pit limiter here. Just kidding. I
I
have done
mean-
it before.
I mean, I was battling with Carl in the M2 series. We were at Snedderton. I was battling with Carl and going into a braking zone. I shut my whole car off. I went to hit the flashers. I hit the wrong button and just killed my entire car and blew through the corner.
Oh, Nick Kohout gets super loose. Schumacher S's. Luis is going to go by. The battle that was going to happen never happened. A gift. Luis has been gifted one position. Yeah, I have hit the pit limiter before in iRacing.
How can I mistakenly not flash? Because muscle memory, Ferris. My flasher used to be on the opposite side of my wheel. And then when I switched to the GSI, it's got all the stickers on it already. So the flasher's on the other side of the wheel. Granted, I can move it. But the two buttons I use for the ignition and the starter, one of them, the ignition button, is the one that used to be my flasher. Or, yeah, the flashers. So I went to flash and shut my car off. Because I'm an idiot.
It's not wrong.
I mean, I'm here every Sunday.
Yep. Dude in front of Jixer or B drove through gravel. Yeah.
Oh,
there's
Joby is backwards in turn 1. He is going to lose a spot to Regan.
He just went deep. He just went
Yeah.
deep into turn 1 and then flipped it around. Did
And
you
then
think the
looped it.
race was over?
No. There's still 3 minutes to go.
Yeah, but he wasn't even like. I don't know if he looped it. It looked like he just flipped it on his own, like he was trying to spin it around. Latifi moves.
Sure, Barrett will let us know. So Regan is going to move back onto the silver podium.
Yeah, with Joby's spin, he is going to move up to third in the silver class. I don't know if I would qualify that as a Latifi move. He didn't take an escape road and then park
And he-
it.
And he didn't hit a wall. Nick Kohout, yellow flag. He is going to be into the wall on the exit of the Schumacher S's. His car is very sad.
Loose a couple of times there, and I think this time it just bit him hard.
It's probably that snap oversteer that we were talking about earlier. And it being a Mercedes in the wet. We can just say that Luis killed him, though.
We could, yeah. I saw it with my own 2 eyes.
Sure.
Go Tiffy. Hey, you know what? At least he didn't finish 21st out of 20 in a 20-person championship.
Regan runs wide through the chicane. Little lawn mowing.
Yeah, a little lawn mowing, probably warning. Nothing too big.
Yeah.
We got 1 lap to go. So Ryan Cody so far is going to, unless something major happens, comfortably win the bronze class. He's about 2 seconds clear of Max.
Yes.
Then we got Robeson winning silver class, which unfortunately Reagan was probably going to cruise to win overall today.
Oh, yeah.
Maybe not overall, but at least in class until he got unceremoniously murdered by Rados.
Yeah. He would have had silver all wrapped up. Murray, though, the guy's absolutely flying. I mean, he's still putting down 204s.
Yeah. Yeah, Murray's about a second and a half quicker than the rest of the field, and it's not even close.
Okay,
And
the leader is on the final lap now. Give it all you can.
he's just cruising. Put the air on easy.
Gian gifting a sub to Nomos. Thanks, Gian.
Yeah, so Nick is going to drive the rest of the race, whatever laps he has left with the damage on the front end. He's not going to elect the pit.
I mean, you got 1 more to go. Even if Rados catches him on the last lap, Rados still has a 15-second penalty. Ride it out.
Yeah, Max Dix got past Reagan.
Oh, I got that backwards. My bad. Like I said earlier, I'm an idiot. I can't read. So it was Nomos that gifted its here sub to Gian. Dude, I don't read.
Well, is that a kitten? Did you just get a new kitten? Or is that a... looks like a kitten.
What?
Bullet just posted a picture of a cat.
Oh,
know
Bullet.
if
I
it was
thought
a-
you said me.
Oh, don't you already have like 6 cats or something?
No. I don't have any pets.
What? I've heard your cats meow before.
I used to have cats.
Oh, rip.
Bullet's cat is adorable.
That is a very adorable cat.
Your cat has seen some shit, though. Like, those pictures crack me. Like the one where it's on the stairs. Dude, those are hilarious.
Yeah, that's her face when we play with a... She has like a little chaser toy. And when she
Yeah.
goes into hunt mode, that's the look on her face.
Yeah, that's kill mode engaged.
The leader has finished.
But it's also like PTSD. Let's put that picture over the video of Nam or whatever it is that people use. Murray cruising to the win.
Yep, Vulcan's gonna get P2. Hutch is gonna hold on to P3 after fighting with Rados a little bit earlier.
Hutch.
Good job on the podium spot. We got Jixer coming in 4th. Crossing the start-finish line now. Then we got Carl behind him, P5 overall. Then you got first of the silvers, Mark Robeson, and the blinged out Mercedes. Gold School Racing. Oh, that's clever.
His liveries are great.
Luis Castro, now looking at his livery, his team name is probably better than I didn't load the livery.
Luis is gonna die before he gets to the start finish line. Good job, Luis.
Oh, there he goes, trying to do a little pirouette.
Ryan Cody gonna win about a second and a half clear of Max Diggs.
Yeah, Max Dix is going to hold on to that P2 in class. Then we got Reagan getting P3 in the silver class. Again, just going to want to point out he got murdered.
Yeah, not a bad recovery. Nick Kohout almost gets hit by Rados. Rados trying to add to the body count.
Yeah, Joey Melody actually held it together, didn't crash on the last lap, so he's going to get P3 in the bronze category.
There you go.
Nice little quiet race from Joey.
Podium action.
Yeah, a little bit.
Death Race Esports. Did he change his team name? Has it always been that? Joey, it says Death Race Esports for his team name.
I don't know, but so... You know what? Let me...
Ryan,
Hi,
gonna pick
Ryan.
up- What's up, Ryan?
What up?
Nice win.
Thank you.
Can
I
you
was
explain
sweating
your
the whole
team
second.
name?
stint. Oh yeah. Okay, so you know those like old shitty like touchscreen game multi-game things they have in like dive bars and shitty bowling alleys?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So when I was a kid, I used to bowl in a league, or I used to bowl a lot, and so we'd go to this like one bowling alley all the time, and they had one of those shitty machines, and my friends and I would play this like trivia game show thing all the time. And we played it so much that we had all like, you know, the high scores or whatever. So we were trying to come up with like menacing sounding names that would be on the top of the leaderboard. And we were like, what's like a, you know, like a threatening sounding like mafia boss name? And we were like, Fedgoni sounds like a guy that would exist. And it became this like decades long inside joke where like our Discord is called like Fedgoni Industries, for example. It's very stupid.
Barrett, I'm gonna ban you. He just said this guy bowls, spare me.
I think Joey bowls too. Anyway, some of the names we came up with like were Morguar and something else that I can't remember. But Fedgoni always stuck with me for some reason.
I have been known to throw some balls at some pins before.
Oh, Paul, you bowl? Dude.
I worked in a bowling alley because I bowled that much. Because I got free bowling. If you work there.
Heck yeah. I also worked in a bowling alley when I was in high school.
Same.
I worked at a movie theater.
That's a very equivalent job, I feel like.
Yeah, I had so much popcorn that for about 2 years after I quit, I just could not stand the smell of popcorn anymore.
I don't blame you.
It's like that oil and butter and oh man. Oof. Bullet with also worked at a bowling alley. We should get together for some Wii bowling. The true bowling. Is there like a bowling game like PGA but for bowling?
Nah, unfortunately
there has
not.
to be.
The only bowling
There
games that
used to
exist are
be.
terrible.
My dad had old CDs of I think it was called PBA.
I had some of those too, but
Yeah.
like they weren't like a, you know, like there's no modern bowling game that is like Wii bowling where you can, you know, control it with like a motion.
Huh.
Isn't there one for the Switch though? I swear I've seen a guy play.
Some PBA sanctioned game, but it looks like garbage.
PBA 2022. There you go.
Yeah.
Just saying. We can get it
What's the new
started.
It looks like,
MMO of the week?
it looks like a ported like a mobile game.
Well, congrats.
2 in a row.
Thanks for the explanation.
Thanks, boys.
Bye, Ryan.
Bye.
All right. Well, thank you everyone for joining. We will see you again in about a week. Same time, same place. Where are we at next week? Next week we are at Imola. Good old Imola.
That'd be a good one.
It should be a good one. Hopefully we get a bit of a bigger field. But yeah, that will be a very fun race. As for us, I'm gonna go eat and then rock and stone.
Heck yeah, man. I'll be there.
All right. See you next week.
See you.